Man, Akademiks did not have to do Polo G like this because he ended the man's streaming career on arrival immediately.
Damn.
And it all started with this clip that has resurfaced recently, but it is very relevant to what we're going to talk about today.
I'm going to do a video after this on, it's a lot of celebrities. See, this is what I love to see. Now, I ain't going to say love to see, but this is very interesting to me because there's a lot of celebrities that want to do streaming and content creation now, and they think just because they famous that people going to watch them. And that ain't how it worked. And I think Polo G was one of those people that he thought just because he famous as hell and people love him and people, you know what I'm saying, that he could just hop on stream, do anything and people will watch. Those times that were like, that was you could have did that 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Just hop on Instagram Live, smoke, don't even say nothing. You got 20,000 people just watching you because they can't believe it's Polo G or anybody, Drake, or like, you know, nowadays it's like,
The streamer job, especially if you're a rapper already, the streamer job is going to pay you less. So people just either trade careers or they stop doing. Like I haven't seen, you know, pardon my ignorance, I haven't seen much from Polo G recently.
Me neither.
I haven't. It doesn't feel like he's having a musical output like he used to like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Now I'm finding out he's on a live stream with 160 people.
It's not funny.
This is what I would tell Polo G.
Look, I don't want to laugh at people, especially other black men from Chicago at that. I don't want to laugh at nobody's like downfall. So it's not funny. I'm not laughing at the downfall. I'm just laughing at, I don't know what I'm laughing at. I just laughing at kind of like Akademiks delivery. But I don't want to never laugh at somebody for doing bad because I've been there, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And I keep it being with everybody. Polo G, with all due respect, maybe you're nice at 2K. You don't have the personality for being.
Yeah, he don't.
You're not Blueface. You're also not willing to probably bring that much. You know why Blueface is great?
Energy.
The only people good at streaming, and this is why y'all used to call, not y'all in terms of Polo G, but this is why people call streamers losers, is because every streamer is down to be the butt of the joke.
Exactly.
They know the audience wants to find the joke.
Exactly.
And at certain times, you're the butt of the joke.
Exactly. And a lot of people can't take that. A lot of people can't take that. Y'all can clown me all. I'm going to get on here and troll myself. I don't care about getting joked on. I don't care about people clowning me. I don't care about people call themselves exposing me or whatever. I look at that as more content. It don't really hurt my feelings. But I always been like that. Like when we at the lunch table and we roasting each other, if you roast me and it's funny, I'm going to be the main one laughing, bro. Like, you feel me? Everybody else going to be laughing, pointing at me, thinking I'm embarrassed. I'm not, that's funny. You feel me? No matter what it is. Oh, skinny arm man, nigga, slanted hairline that nigga. You funny. That was a good one. Like, I'm cool with that, bro. And if you not cool with that, and rappers are not cool with that because rappers usually want to be the cool dude. Listen, y'all, YouTube and Meta might owe you up to $1,000 if you or your child grew up on social media. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health issues, you should hear this. Recently, a jury just ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They know that their apps can cause anxiety, depression, or body image issues, but they never shared those risks with us. They never made us sign anything that we knew the risk. They just maximized their profits. And the recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. But you better not worry. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm that they have caused. Click the link in my bio to take a very short questionnaire quiz because you might be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000. They want to be the one that's super cool. Everybody thinks you're super cool and you dress super cool and you rap super cool and you're super cool and I'm going to pay some money to get you to sign my hoodie. And I'm going to, like, you feel me? So if you're not willing to be the butt of the joke at any point in life, you shouldn't be a content creator. You should be a streamer. You feel me? If you're not comfortable with that, you can crack jokes on other people, but when they crack jokes on you, that's usually when you see the Playboy Max have a meltdown. You know what I'm saying? That's when you usually see the DDG getting mad at his chat and shit like that because you just, it's okay, bro. You know what I'm saying? We all got, it's just jokes. To me, it's just jokes.
Sometimes the audience laughing with Kai, but then they laugh at Kai.
Right.
With me, a lot of times they laugh at me.
Hell yeah.
Blueface will put the embarrassing moment on camera.
Okay.
Most rappers live off image and like this invisible aura they've built up.
Right.
They don't want to like, you know, embarrass themselves or, you know.
So they going with that, what's going to happen is they're going to be very timid on camera. They're not willing to say something stupid and be like, hold on, that look a little weird. That don't look gangster. Or look at this nigga's face, he's weird. Or I like people still say like, bro, the faces you make in your thumbnails just piss me off. There's no video you ever made where you had to make that face. Yeah, it's called entertainment, bro. I'm trying to entertain people. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I always use the example like WWE. Oh my God, he just cracked his skull. No, he just fake punched him in the head with a fake weapon that didn't really hurt. You think they actually beating each other with sledgehammers on it? Like, it's entertainment, bro.
They're still very, you know, contained in their personality and their rapper image. Right. That doesn't work in streamer world.
Nope.
So this is what I would tell Polo G. Polo G, I don't think, like, I'm calling a spade a spade. I don't think he has the personality to blow up as a streamer. I don't. What I think he is a good musician.
I think he does. I think he just getting his shit. Like, when he's around his friends, I'm sure he probably laughing, joking, loud, funny, doing weird, funny shit that other people might think. But I think a lot of people just don't be comfortable doing it on camera in front of a live audience that can get viewed by the whole world. You know what I'm saying? And that's why usually the times where you see people talking shit, when you see people like trolling and talking shit online, and you go to the comment, you click on their profile, most of the time they don't even have their face on there because they don't even have enough respect for themselves or enough balls to get on here and actually just show their face and show off their fit and show how they look and show what their house look like. You know what I'm saying? Show what their girl look like. Most people not even like, you know?
I think for the time he's confident enough sitting in there trying to stream, get in the studio, brother. Get in the studio. Go make a music video. Your actual job that's gotten you this millions, that's still where your talent lies.
So here, Akademiks delivers a couple of points. He's reacting to Polo G's first stream and talking about Streamer University. And, well, not his first ever stream, but this stream that he's talking about here was from June 19th, I believe. And he streamed for 1 hour, and he averaged 187 views. And this is the only stream in the past 3 months. And people were clowning him. They're like, yo, you're at 160 viewers, and you got to go to Streamer University. But fair enough, he was like, nah, come on, man, I only got 160 viewers in here. Like, I gotta grind it up a little bit before I do something like that. Well, this was Akademiks' reaction to that, and he gives a couple of good points, which is you do kind of got to be shameless. I don't think it's just being shameless to be a live streamer. However, Polo G does not have the personality. He is too much of a cool guy. Like, if you're a street guy, like I've said this before, like a finesse 2 times can make it. Like a Blueface, he's a street guy. He can make it. But if you're too concerned with your image and this curated image that you have and that people have of you that's attached to your music, then you're not going to be willing to do what it takes to make it as a streamer. But after Akademiks gave him this advice, it looks like he killed his career because Polo G has not gone live since. He went live for an hour, got 100 and some viewers, and said, damn, I'm not going back live.
I ain't popping,
and I think it's not the bullying, but people's feedback after this that caused him to say, man, if people are just going to clown me for my numbers, I can't even get on here and try to have fun with this, then this ain't worth it. And even in his VOD, you can see that this guy didn't even know how to title the stream. He was fresh to this. It says stream via RTMP, OBS, vMix, Zoom with Restream. So he didn't even title his stream. He just hopped on there randomly. So he should be happy with the amount of viewers that he got. But everybody,
and he wasn't doing nothing. He ain't had nothing planned. You know what I'm saying? He ain't one playing 2K.
And really, the only thing that matters is, were the viewers, the 160 people that were there for Polo G's live stream, did they enjoy it? Because if the answer is yes, then there's a lot more where that 160 came from. Definitely. My opinion.
But I think if Polo G stayed consistent, he has the fan base to, even if he didn't do shit, he just got on here and talked for a few hours a day, he could get 1,000 people on there, which is a lot more money than y'all want to realize. And then he just put that shit on YouTube. Like, he could have, I don't think he'll be Tyson that, or he'll average 40,000 viewers or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless he does something crazy, but you know, he could still win. He could still do something decent. You know what I'm saying?
People's opinion that just saw a short clip of 2 minutes doesn't matter because they're not going to watch Polo G's live stream. With that being said, this brings forth the larger conversation of music artists and streaming. And Doja Cat is also somebody that streams.
I just want to do it quick because I'm excited. Yeah, I'm digging in my ass. I had a couple chunks down there.
She's a weirdo.
I put them in my pocket. I'm going to save them for later to chew on.
That bitch weird as hell. I always thought she was weird.
It's very hairy, so I can save my chunks on a vine of my pubes. Like grapes. And I can pick the chunks off and give them a little nice snacking later. You digging in your butt, twin. Exactly.
Is she not strange as hell? It's a strange ass thing.
I cannot count how many pubes I have on my butthole. I will tell you that.
Bro, can we, like, I'm sorry.
Willing to be the butt of the joke. Yeah, so when you're talking about not caring, being willing to be the butt of the joke, I think this is taking it to the extreme. She's
that's
willing
just
to
embarrassing
be,
yourself
she's actually
being a weirdo.
gigging in the behind, as she said with this clip. But this clip actually came on my feed after I got done doing a session of lurking on Ski Master Slump God's Twitch stream. Actually, I just randomly sit there sometimes and lurk and just watch for an hour or two. He streams here and there. I remember posting a clip on my app of him playing around with this guitar while he was recording for his upcoming album. And I thought to myself, I'm like, why can I enjoy Ski Mask? Because keep in mind, Ski Mask is partially a live streamer now. He's done collaborations with other live streamers. He was on the Mr. Beast live streamer video where he got a ton. He made it to like top 2 or top 3, or did he? No, I don't think he won. I think Your Rage won. But this thing comes onto my feed at the same time, and it made me think, well, we don't think Doja Cat is lame. We don't clown Doja Cat for her viewers on stream, which she does get a lot. She gets several thousand viewers. Okay. I don't think she's botting. We don't clown Ski Mask for the views that he gets on stream. I know he doesn't get that many. And we don't laugh at them for streaming. I was like, why is that? So it made me think a little bit. Like, and I put together this tweet, which I will expand on here. I said, Doja Cat and Ski Mask are the only 2 artists I've seen that suffer 0 aura loss from live streaming. The rest of you guys look like you're begging for crumbs of clout. There's this weird thing where you can see a lot of rappers get involved with streams or try to stream, and you can tell that it's out of desperation. Yeah. They're trying to enter a space that isn't them. It's the equivalent of Slim Jesus trying to be a drill rapper. You're like,
yeah, but I think Doja Cat and Ski Mask, they are, first of all, I think their audience is different. And it's another video I want to do after this about like celebrities trying to stream that my nigga Omeezy made. I'm gonna react to that next. But I think that Doja Cat, even though she's very strange to me and very weird, she's always been that. That's always been her. This is a strange ass. She's probably that strange weird girl in school. Like she probably always been that. Ski Mask the Slump God has always been that face tatted, paint your nails. He's always been that same dude. So that fits more into the streaming world. Like I'm sure that Doja Cat and Ski Mask knew about streaming before it got mainstream popular with Kai Cenat and everybody else. Polo G probably ain't never heard of nobody getting their ass on Twitch until probably the last few years. Polo G's the type of person who probably thought it was lame his whole life. Yeah, all that was lame ass streaming ass. You know what I'm saying? Lil TJ is probably somebody that thought it was lame his whole life. All these wannabe cool dude street niggas that gotta be street gangster savages all the time, and I'm tougher, fear me, roar. Them niggas, they gonna look corny because we know that you think this is corny, but you doing something that you think is corny because now somebody told you it was cool. See how that worked? Just like when I used to be in school saying I want to be a YouTuber, people used to be like, YouTuber? Like, why the fuck you want to do that lame shit? You want to do this lame YouTube skits? What you even trying to do with it? Like, what? I'm like, what the fuck you mean? What you trying to do with it, bro? You get paid from that. When I was in high school, people didn't even know that you got paid from YouTube, gang. They just thought it was some shit that people like. You know what I'm saying? So now you got them same people who thought it was lame and the same people who would be in my DM like, hey, bro, could you help me start my channel? Yeah, if you paid me, nigga.
Yo, that's not you. That doesn't fit you right.
Right.
And it just, not only does it not look right, you don't carry it right. But with Doja Cat and Ski, it feels effortless. And their history suggests that it is. Post Malone is also an honorable mention, but partially because he came into making music living in a Minecraft streamer house over a decade ago. And I don't know how often he streams anymore, but it does say something that he was consistent with it before it became the most popular thing. And I think this was at a time during maybe 2020 when he moved to Utah. I don't know if he still lives in Utah, but he built this huge streaming PC and he was really into it. T-Pain is another person that I would say doesn't suffer an aura loss, and people just focus on the whole aura.
T-Pain can do anything he wants to do, though. T-Pain is, because he's always been himself. He never was tough. He was always the fun guy, make it the fun music that you could turn up with. You could play it around your mom. You know, he's always been that fun dude. And if you watch his streams, he could tell he's still that fun dude that jokes around and tells jokes and plays games. Like, he just being himself. You know what I'm saying?
Lost thing. But the main thing is congruence. It doesn't feel congruent for a lot of these people to hop in. And a lot of them hop in because they see a headline where they think that there's a lot of money to be made. If you are a rapper
if you grind.
that fell off, you will make no money streaming. That's already let's just set that straight. If you are a poppin' rapper right now, you will not make enough money streaming for it to make sense for you to invest the time into it either. So there's really no reason for an artist rapper to stream unless they find it fun. Like, for example, Doja Cat, right? Why? And when I said their history suggests that it makes sense for them.
But I will say, I'll push back a little bit. I think that rappers can do it. I think the thing about it is that rappers think that because they're famous rappers, they think they could get on stream, spark it up, do nothing, and people are just gonna watch them because they're famous. And like I said, that might have been true in 2015, 2012, shit like that. But nowadays, where I can see my favorite artist or favorite rapper do anything, or if you want to be that mysterious rapper, cool, I'll just go turn on Kai Cenat, bro, who's just being loud and funny, and he can entertain me for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's more hype. But I'm trying to think of, like, okay, an artist like this artist just popped up, A Boogie. If A Boogie wanted to stream, he could stream, because they have, not only do they have a platform, they have the resources. Damn, this album came out 10 years ago. Is that not crazy as hell? That's crazy. This is my favorite album when it dropped too. But like, A Boogie could do it if he wanted to. Now, A Boogie is a cool guy, but if he wanted to get in a bunch of his rapper homies in the room in the studio, and they just smoked a bunch of weed and got high as hell and just made music, that shit will go up. But the problem is the rappers don't put effort into it. You got millions of dollars, you got millions of fans. Even if you fell off as a rapper, you still have people who know you, gang. You know what I'm saying? Like Soulja Boy, for example, people might say he fell off, but people still know him. So if he did something that was actually entertaining to watch, people will have no choice but to go watch it. But again, the problem is niggas think they could just put their phone on a tripod, go live, and just sit there and talk to the chat and think that they just gonna... No, it don't work like that, bro. You gotta know what you're partially doing.
Because of that Moo song. She was embedded into internet culture, memes. She was on live stream. She was on Tiny Chats. This was live streaming for free with a couple of other random people, that some of them that she didn't even know, just going into these different random chat rooms. So Doja Cat was already doing that. She is shameless. She's done live. She interacts. She overshares, and she fits right into this culture. She came up in it. So when she's streaming, if you didn't know it was Doja Cat, you would think, like, damn, to be fair, Doja Cat is an elite streamer. Like, I'm not talking about this specific clip. I've actually gone into a Doja Cat stream and just watched for an hour. It is very entertaining. And it's funny because, like, when female streamers who it's their job and has been for 10 plus years, you put an hour of their content and next to an hour of Doja Cat's, and you're like, wow, Doja Cat blows you guys out of the water. With Ski Mask, I don't think, and this is also another thing, if a rapper is streaming all the time, it kind of harms the topic of their music, because, like, let's say they're a street rapper. Well, unless you're K-Flock and you're on IG Live streaming and getting into shootouts, that, you know, you could rap about that. That's going to fit into your music. But if you're just sitting there playing games, it's hard for people to be like, well,
he's a tough guy
making trap music, but we see you on the game. Or we see you just doing IRLs. What's going on here? Well, it doesn't add up. Or we see you in the studio. I think seeing them in the studio and losing the magic of it, for some artists, it's not a good idea. For some, it can work. So there's also that part. But with the Ski Mask, why I don't think it affected his music either or what I think of as music, is because Ski Mask's music
has always been
like,
fun.
there isn't this persona with it.
Right.
It's just like he'll rap about Cartoon Network, he'll rap about different like cartoons, animes,
right.
just general culture stuff.
It's like that. It's like that Juice WRLD. I don't know what they call that, but it's like that Juice WRLD SoundCloud rapper vibe.
Chips here and there. It's like fun music that aligns perfectly with streaming too.
Right.
So you're not going to be like, oh, this guy is streaming, his music is lame now, because then you wouldn't have really liked his music in the first place. And Ski Mask is a natural at this because he's been doing this for damn near 10 years. Like if you guys remember early XXXTentacion like videos, this guy would be playing like games like, what was it? It wasn't H1Z1. I think PUBG. Like he would be playing PUBG is not PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. It is not a game that people, a rapper would be playing, or just like any mainstream.
That's what I'm saying. He was already tapped into the content creator streaming world. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's to the point where all the tough Tonys, all the cool, quote unquote, high school cool, popular kids, all the shit that they thought was lame, they're now doing it. And that's the problem. That's what makes it like, bro, I'm not watching you. Lil TJ, Polo G, even Soulja Boy to an extent. Fucking any type of street rapper who try to be tough. It's like, bro, we know in the back of our minds, we know that you thought this shit was the lamest shit in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember people used to clown me for playing certain games. Like, if it wasn't 2K, Madden, or Call of Duty, niggas in the hood clowned you. If you sitting on here playing Crash Bandicoot, you know what I'm saying? You sitting on here playing Minecraft, I'm building houses on Minecraft, they would clown you for that game. You know what I'm saying? But I always been tapped into the content creator shit. I've been doing YouTube streaming. I've been in that world for since it started for real. So again, this is something that Ski Mask could do. He's already tapped into that world, so it doesn't feel forced. But you go get Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or somebody like that to talk about they finna go play fucking lacrosse, you like, bro, that don't really fit with that. It look like you don't know what you doing. Take your ass on the basketball court, gang. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it look when these niggas be trying to do all this shit that you know damn well. If I told you I was doing this shit 10 years ago, you would have called me the lamest nigga in the school, the lamest nigga on the block. But now that it's cool and it's getting accepted in the world now you want to come join on the wave? That's lame.
Person. Like, you know, there's the 2Ks, there's the sports games, all the sports ball games. There's the fighting games, I guess you could say, like some UFC stuff, and hell, like GTA, right?
Right.
But like one layer below that would have been a PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and Ski was cool with them. I think Ski was also very involved in Apex Legends when that was a thing, and he was doing this off stream. So he was spending all this time playing the game off stream, and I think he was quite good at it, like one of the higher ranks in the game. So he was competitive in the game. He was doing this off stream, and he was also an entertainer in his personality and his music. So you put all those things together, and it makes for a good streamer. Now, is he one of the biggest streamers views wise? No. But I don't think he's doing it for the money. I don't think he's doing it because he sees it as an opportunity. I think he finds it fun, and you can see that if you actually sit there and watch a stream. Like if you enjoy watching streams at all, just tune into him for an hour or an hour and a half or something like that, and you're gonna feel like, oh, this is a chill environment. Like I kind of like it here. That's why I lurk there sometimes. Well, I lurk a lot of places. And a couple of other names that I can think of, like I said, a T-Pain. It makes sense. T-Pain is sharing stories. That's one thing that's advantageous for a lot of these artists that aren't tryhards, because like for example, Playboi Carti, while his brand seems effortless, he's trying very hard. Yeah, he's curating exactly what comes out about him. He's trying to manage what doesn't come out about him. He is making sure every time he's seen outside, he's wearing a certain thing. So he's trying very hard. But with like a Ski Mask, with a Doja Cat, that's really just them. With a T-Pain, right? Like he'll share embarrassing stories. He doesn't care. Like he's gone broke, he's gotten rich, he's gone broke again, and he'll share those stories. Like a Polo G or a Lil TJ, right? Like these guys, they see being laughed at or in a position where they're not being admired or adored as taking an L. And if you have that type of mentality, it doesn't come across well on live streaming, and it's not really relatable. But granted, Lil TJ and Polo G's music, it doesn't fit well with streaming.
No,
It's
it
like you
don't.
guys are better off just continuously making music.
Right.
And like I said, the timing of things. Like Ski Mask had experimented with streaming or posting like game videos many, many years ago before it was seen as an opportunity. And
Same thing I've been saying,
he also
bro.
did very well with Aiden Ross, I believe. Like they kicked it many years ago. And I, as somebody that's awaiting Ski Mask's next album, and I enjoyed Ski Mask's last album, I just had to share this thought because there's a lot of like the intersection of rapping and streaming is something that we're seeing a lot of, mostly because rap and hip hop overall dictated a lot of pop culture for young people, and now it's streamers that are dictating that. So there's a bit of an intersection. Like rappers, they kind of want to get that power back, and I do think rappers still have that power globally.
No, I don't
speaking.
think so.
A couple of rappers, that is. However,
Drake
streamers,
and Future, nigga,
I don't think they need rappers anymore, but I do like to see them intersect when it makes sense. Not when someone thinks that they're going to come in front of a live streaming audience and it's going to translate into anything for their music, or when they think that the fact that they have a huge music audience and they're popular celebrities is going to at all translate into them building a streaming audience. Like, these are two very different things that I think people are still slowly discovering. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Again, like I said, I think it's just the whole overall thing. Like, if I can look at you, like, who can I think of, bro? Let me go on my. Let's just go on. Like, okay, if Future starts streaming, I'm gonna look at it like, bro. You know what I mean? If Chris Brown starts streaming, though, that seems fun. It seems artistic. It seems like, you know what I'm saying? If Travis Scott starts streaming, that makes sense. If Rick Ross starts streaming, you look crazy. You feel me? Tory Lanez, he kind of been streaming. I'm just looking at rappers that's just popping up on the Apple Music shit. 21 Savage, if he starts streaming, he gonna look lame. You know what I'm saying? Young Boy starts streaming. That is gonna look lame, but people will still watch it because it's Young Boy, so it's kind of like different. ESTG cannot start streaming. You know what I'm saying? But like a Rich the Kid might be able to get away with it. Lil Baby cannot start streaming. You feel me? But a Brent Faiyaz might be able to get. So it's just like if you were the kid who thought this shit was lame, if you were somebody who never tapped into this culture, and I think that's the biggest thing. Like, if you can't tell me what clip farming is, if you can't tell me what rage baiting is, if you can't tell me what TOS is, if you don't know the terminology, if you don't know how to be a character, if you don't know how to plan a stream, if you don't know what Kai Cenat did his last stream, if you don't know things about the culture, you're going to look stupid. You're going to look stupid trying to come over here and tap into this culture, because even though it is more mainstream now, it's still a very like, it's a very niche based thing, like content streaming. If you go to Target and you ask your average adult what's going on in the streaming world, they can't tell you. They'll probably tell you about Kai Cenat. They'll probably tell you about Speed. That's because they heard their kids watching that shit. They don't know, you know what I'm saying? They don't know the history, and it's the same thing as rapping though. Like if you don't know the history of rapping, you gonna look stupid trying to rap. If you ain't never really heard of rap, you've been listening to rock your whole life, and now you come here and try to rap, you gonna sound like shit. You feel me? So it's like the same thing, bro. If you don't know about certain things, if you don't at least know the basics, maybe you don't know how we do it, but you know the basics. If you wasn't watching, you know what I'm saying, like DDG old vlogs, if you wasn't watching fucking, who can I even go back more to? Like, I don't know if y'all remember Alpha Cat. Like, this is like 08, 09. He was doing the Drake parodies and the Obama parodies. If you don't know about that shit, if you ain't never tapped into it, if you ain't never watched a stream before as a kid, if you never tapped into the culture, you gonna look like you trying hard when you get on stream. You gonna look like you don't know what you're doing. You gonna look uncomfortable. You gonna look out of touch, and that's kind of how Polo G was looking. You feel me? Do your homework. Well, I'm finna react to another video about old Meezy talking about celebrities and trying to stream and shit, because this is an epidemic at this point.